Hi everybody, welcome to Lennon Courtney's Lunchtime Live, and joined by a dear old friend, dear young Nevan Maguire. Hi Nevan.
Hello guys, lovely to see you, and thank you for having me on. Brilliant.
What we do every Wednesday, Nevan, in case you don't know, you probably do because I stalk your feed, I'm sure, is we have a little chat on Lunchtime Live ahead of the release of a new podcast, and tomorrow is the food issue, and it's obviously we talk about our relationship with food. Sonia's a foodie, I'm not, I'm learning to cook all the time, but we thought, who could we talk to about food? And of course, the master himself.
Well, that's a lovely introduction. Well, first of all, Brendan, I think you're being a bit hard on yourself because we're all learning about food. And I mean, like, I've been in love with food from a very young age, thanks to my mum and dad. They started, I'm from a family of 9. I'm a twin. There's 5 boys, 4 girls in our family. And they're all into food and cooking, but I'm the only one that took it on as a career. And they probably thought I was absolutely bananas because they all worked within the restaurant, and they knew no, thank you, this isn't for us. But
and it was your mum and dad that started the restaurant.
Absolutely. So we mum and dad bought the building in 1965, and then we closed from 73 to 89 because our house was bombed twice with the Troubles, and it was really tough and it was really difficult. I was only a young little baby, and so I can't really remember. But then when we reopened in 89, I was in the kitchen. I've been in the kitchen in McLean since then. So this year we're open 31 years. So
wow.
It's been an amazing journey. Like, my mother was an amazing woman. A mother, first of all, we all think our mothers are fabulous, but the love of food, and to rear a family of 9, close the business. They were tough times, as we all know, during along the border, because we're right along the border. So we grew up, eating together, sharing food, and just enjoying and seeing our mother. I mean, like my early memories, making shortbread, flapjacks, apple tart, making a mess in the kitchen. I'm still doing that, but that was my love. It just caught me. It was like a bug, and it's something. From the age of 12, I said I wanted to be a chef, and that is the truth.
And Nevan, I've had the pleasure of eating and staying in McLean House. It is such a fabulous experience. And, to be gifted that honour, it's like hen's teeth. It's pretty hard to get a spot in your wonderful world. But there is a sort of a pervasive sense of hospitality. So although the food is the star, it's sort of wrapped in a glove of hospitality. And that's really, I suppose, what signifies that experience. So what are the emotions that evoke from growing up around food? Like, I have a sense of it, but I'd love to hear, what sort of positive and negative emotions were formed around that.
Well, first of all, that's one of the most beautiful things, what you've just said, because food is only one part of the jigsaw. It's the welcome. It's you're bringing people into your home, and my mum and dad's motto was a stranger is always a friend that you haven't met. That was my mum and dad's motto from day one. So we started off very, very slowly with maybe 4 bedrooms, 9 bedrooms. Now we have 19 bedrooms. And we had a staff of 70 odd people, which is incredible, in a village that has maybe 300 people. But when you ask me my early memories, me and my twin brother, David, mum used to grow rhubarb, cabbage, potatoes, turnips, and onions. And, we had a big garden. Me and David, our job for the summer was weeding the garden, and I hated it. I absolutely didn't like it at all. And we got pocket money at the end of it. So that's where it kind of all started, the whole growing. I saw the love Mommy had and Dad, and rearing a family of 9. They all had to be fed, guys. And so that's where and then, as I say, bacon, flapjack, shortbread, all that thing. And then I was the first boy to do home economics. So food has always been a big, in very, very important part of my life and my family's life. And like, my twin brother is very different. Like, he likes food. There's certain things that he didn't eat, but he's improved an awful lot. Like, he only started eating mayonnaise over the last couple of years. Just wee things like that. Whereas my sisters, they're great, very natural cooks. They don't need to follow a recipe, and that's a great skill. Yeah. I'm not talking about bacon. I'm talking about rustling food up for your family. What's in the fridge? Can we make a meal in 20 minutes? That's what food is all about. Like, when I cook at home for my twins, Connor and Lucia, we cook very simply, but we eat well. And that's one thing that I really, really enjoy cooking for them. It's great fun. And I'm getting them into cooking. Will they be chefs? I don't know. A bit young yet, but we never know. Never too young to get them into the kitchen.
Do you think food was, because you know the gap when the troubles were happening and your home was bombed twice, it sounds to me like food was kind of like your entertainment. It was your distraction, was it?
Yes, for sure. It actually was. And you must remember, food has changed so much. We have all seen amazing changes. Like even Brendan, when me and you used to work, you know, together in Open House, that was a dream, going up to Dublin every week, cooking live. Like when I started off my journey as a chef, never did I think I'd be on television, have cookbooks, working with the Simply Better team in Dunstore. That was never a dream for me, but it all just came along naturally. But it all evolved around food. And like even when our business closed, Mum cooked Sunday lunch. She invited the local priest down. Every Sunday we ate together. We had the biggest table in our kitchen you could imagine. I'm not lying to you. And when you fitted a family of 9 and then Mum and Dad, there was 11 of us obviously there to be fed. So I have great memories of eating together and sharing food. And that's a beautiful memory, because that's what they do so well in so many countries. When you think of Italy and Spain, food, and France, food is celebrated. And I think we're getting better at that. We've always had great ingredients, but I think to eat together as a family, for me, that's the greatest gift I can give my twins, to enjoy food.
Yeah.
You know,
I love your posts of them cooking and, you know, making a mess all on their own. It's so brilliant. And, you know, I have twins as well. And
I know.
They love it as well. And I think it's one of the greatest gifts that you can give to a kid, is the ability to feed themselves well, you know?
I totally agree with you. And I look at children going to school. I was the first to do home economics when I go to my childhood, you know, in Manorhamilton Comprehensive. My home economics teacher, Mairead McMorrow, was just a great influence. I loved being with all the girls. I remember I had, you'll appreciate this, I made a shirt once in sewing, and it was so poor. We brought it down to the restaurant and we polished glasses with it. So I'm not going to be in any way a competition for you two at all. But he was wonderful to me, and I just knew, I tried woodwork, I tried metalwork, but I loved home economics, and food was such a big part of it. And what I'm trying to say is, home economics is a subject that should be mandatory for every young person, because it's so much about life skills. And if we can educate, you know, you said, Sonia, your twins, my twins, but if we can educate young people about food, they all have to eat and know what goes into it. And I'm not talking about fine dining. I'm talking about just how to cook the perfect scrambled egg or poached an egg. Brendan, you're at the beginning of your journey, as you said, learning about food and cooking. I must give you a copy of my book next time I see you in head office.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing, because it's an exciting journey. And it's not, I'm a professional chef, but I make mistakes all the time, and how you learn from the mistakes and how you evolve. And when I put myself in the restaurant scenario, when we put a new dish on the menu, my biggest critics are my customers. I will know within a night or two if that dish is going to work, if it's going to stay on. We want customer feedback. And I have to say, my wife Amela, she is an excellent palate, and she's very honest. If she doesn't like something, she'll say, you could have done a wee bit better.
Yeah.
Not at home, in the restaurant, you know. But so you know, it's been an amazing journey for me. And you know, as I say, I never take it for granted. Food is my love, it's my life. It nourishes the body and soul, and it's something I'm really passionate about, just to eat good food together as a family and enjoy. When you cook from scratch, you know what goes into it. We have some of the best producers in the world in Ireland, and we're so lucky. And when my work with Simply Better, getting to meet them, getting to see what's behind their produce, it's all about one thing, passion and consistency, and knowing what goes into it. And that's unique. I think so.
I think my kitchen, I'm going to leave you with this story now, but I think my kitchen is like a 1950s kitchen in Crumlin, which my father's from. I've one good pot, which I love cooking in, and it's a Nevan Maguire Simply Better cook.
I love it.
It's the good pot. Get the good pot out.
The skillet, I love it.
I tuned into the radio one day and I heard an interview in which you were being prodded and poked and goaded. And I bet you know what interview I'm talking about.
Yes.
And the person interviewing you was, I'm pretty sure, trying to expose the dark underbelly of Nevan Maguire. You were so gracious, so graceful, and so lovely throughout that interview. I think it's no surprise that the whole nation loves you. You are literally the nicest man in food. Nevan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, guys. Listen, happy cooking to you both, and we'll see you very soon. Keep up the great work, and thank you for having me on. God bless.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.